Hello everyone, this is our activity for our self-correcting material. So we created two, so Sasha, Iman, and Razmahai, we came up with two activities, and we also figured out ways to accommodate them if it's too challenging for certain students. So here we have a story sequencing of fairy tales. We looked on the Ontario curriculum for grade 2 language, and we decided to choose the variety of texts 1.1, which is fairy tales would be introduced and they would be articulated and students would read them. So here we have a laminated chart of 3 different fairy tales, and the student would have to choose where the title of the fairy tale goes, where the beginning of the story goes. That would be the characters and how it begins. So as you can see here, there's the middle of the story, what happened in the story, and then the end of the story, what was the outcome, what is the solution. So of course that is the happily ever after. So the student would then decide where each tile goes. This could be implemented using, if they're having challenge, the gradual release responsibility in Module 5, Slide 30, as well as Slide 29, introducing the scaffolding process. So helping the student identify and me reading. So I do, you watch, and then I do, the student would help, the student would do, and I would help as the EA, and then the student would do, and then I would watch. That is obviously the end goal in this scenario. So I am just going through all of the fairy tale titles, matching them. Ideally, I wanted to do Velcro on these, but sadly, Staples was sold out. So I do apologize for that, but it would be more beneficial if they were Velcro, just because you can unhinge, like put them on, take them off, all that kind of stuff. So again, we're looking at the middle of where this part goes for, I believe that is for Red Riding Hood, my apologies. So there, that is complete now. So to modify this exercise, you could remove the beginning of the story, remove the middle of the story, leave the ending, leave the titles, and then have the student challenge the student to figure out where the beginning is, where the middle is. So that's another way to accommodate a student that may not be able to navigate all the sequence of the story as of yet. And then once that student masters this exercise, you can slowly introduce them to then try to attempt to do maybe, take away the title and the end, have them do that. And then hopefully, again, the goal is to have them identify each story from beginning to end on their own. So there's many different ways you can accommodate, because of course every student and exceptionality requires different assistance. So again, here we've left the fairy tale title as well as the beginning, and they can decide where the middle and the end goes. So this is our second exercise. So this is another accommodation that we decided to implement. So this is laminated as well. So we have the 3 Little Pigs, we have Snow White, and Red Riding Hood. So this is a great way to, again, introduce the wording of the title of the fairy tale, and then also have the student draw lines to figure out what picture goes with which title. So of course I've laminated this, that this can be done over and over and over again. Again, I wish I could find Velcro dots because it would be so much more easier. And the idea is you can switch the pictures if it's on Velcro. In this case, you can do that too, but Velcro would be ideal just so that there's no movement, so that if they make a mistake, they can go back and erase. And then here I'm highlighting the words. So this is another way to introduce, pronunciation of the words, making sure they're understanding. I've put them in color just to make it more attractive. I've made the pictures in color, again, to make it more attractive to the student so that they can, it just encourages them to want to keep going and doing this exercise. So again, we can erase and redo as many times as the student needs to for them to figure out how to match these pictures with which title of the fairy tale. So we have some really good learning here for the student. There is, again, we can swap the pictures so that, we don't give them the same order. So it just challenges them to really look and identify the picture. And that's everything. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye bye.